morning, everyone. Welcome to the October 2nd issue of eWOW. I'm Jim Fisher, the E-Curriculum Manager here at the VSSM Brain Management College. As you know, today's topic is marketing technology, and we're going to talk about several emerging technologies here at GM that we as marketing professionals can use to build the strength of our brands in the marketplace. We have four great speakers here today who are going to tell us more about the projects and technologies that they're working on. Ryan Kelly from EGM and Tom Freeman from the GM Media Archives, along with Andrew Greenfield from Artesia Technologies, are going to teach us about something new coming out called eWOW, or also known as Digital Asset Management. So we'll learn more about that.
I'll have Andrew come up here and give you a show.
If I could get the video to synchronize with me, that would be great. Thanks to the guys in back. Again, I'm Andrew Greenfield. I'm with Artesia, and today I'm going to show you the live system here at General Motors Media Archives. I'm going to right now show a little bit of the startup screen that everyone sees, and that's the first part of Teams. We've got so many different layers of security, so many ways to protect everything that you might want to put inside Teams, whatever that is. If that's a photograph, if that's a video, if that's a particular brand or a particular other badging. All of that is very safe inside Teams. Let me log in right now. And as we talked about, every particular brand or division has their own organizational unit. And that is actually one of the easiest ways I can show you about security inside Teams. I'm right now logging in, or I will in a second, as a supervisor, which allows me to do as many things as I want to inside the system. Of course, when other users hit the system, they'll have other rights. They might not be able to do as much as you see today. That's another part of the security. This main screen that we're looking at is very much like a Yahoo interface, very much like an Excite, or any other portal you might want to browse or hunt or gather for assets. If you notice right now, some of them have already been clicked. If I want to, for example, find all of the assets inside Cadillac, and only for the 2001 model year, I'm just going to bring that up right now. And we go right to the gallery view. And again, you can personalize anything you see over here. Preferences, just like you would on any browser session if you were going to Netflix or Yahoo. You notice we have the other brands inside Cadillac for 2001, the Catera, the DeVille, the Eldorado. And for this one asset, I'll even bring it up here. Anything that you want to see in more detail, you can actually just click on it. And I'm going to magnify it for everyone. A nice race car image from the Cadillac Formula One. I can tell that this is a press kit photograph for the Cadillac 2001 press kit. Over here on the left is the metadata. Anything you want to describe an asset. Was it imported by Ed Castelli? Was it imported after, for example, in May of 28? Let me actually get rid of this. And I'll go back to something that the Cadillac folks really wanted to do. So I've shown you the first search, how you can browse just by clicking on a various part of the tree. In this case, 2001 Cadillac. But let's show exactly if you want to find a search for something more specific without browsing, without going through a whole bunch of trees. So in this case, how about I find something very similar? I will find the Cadillac 2001 press kit photos. Now these fields here, actually when we bring this down so everyone can see, represent the 9 primary fields that everyone really said on a daily basis, this is what I want to look for, this is what I want to find. You'll notice I have model, region, talent use as status. And I'll bring those up later on. But right now I'm just going to highlight press kit photographs for Cadillac 2001. And I'll search for it. And you'll notice another series of assets. This time I've got 38 assets. I've narrowed it down, obviously, just for press kit photos. And I'll bring up one of these, in fact. There we are. Same thing as before. You actually have the image to the right and all the metadata to the left. This one's actually for the North American press kit photos. And actually, let me bring up a more refined search. This time, let me actually show you some of the more powerful features of Teams, that it doesn't matter if it's a two-dimensional asset, a photograph, perhaps branding, or something that you could actually hold in your hand. But how about a video? Something that's a little bit tougher for most other systems to show. So how about this time I bring up all the Cadillac DeVille television spots. Again, I'm going through my various fields. And as you'll notice down below, I've even got television spots. So I'm focusing on an even tighter search. And this is actually one of the many ways of searching. So instead of browsing or just quickly, and again, we have a gallery view of some assets. And these are all videos. I can tell that because in the upper right-hand corner, I have an icon that says a video camera. It says video. And if I want to play them, just like any other asset, if I want to bring it up, I just click on it. And I'll click on View Asset. And it's actually going to start bringing it down. And you'll see it in a couple seconds. And the important thing about Teams is that it's not just video or two-dimensional assets. It's over 300 assets.
Provides no ambient illumination.
It's scary.
Yet objects give off energy in the form of heat.
It would be amazing if you could see what's out there.
DeVille DTS thermal detection system with a head-up display projects images of the road ahead.
Beyond the range of your headlamps.
The all-new DeVille DTS, the world's first car available with night vision. The power of and, the fusion of design and technology. Cadillac.
What I want to emphasize is everything you're seeing here is live on the system today. This isn't something that is necessarily made up or mocked up. This is actually a live system and shows the power of everything. And the next things I'll show you is actually shows you the depth that I actually have Cadillac assets from the 1900s, 1908 to be exact. So I showed you one particular search, just for example, those Cadillac DeVille. So let me actually switch to the Seville and show you even further how you can narrow down your searches. So for now, I'll grab out-of-cycle Seville television spots, which shows a little bit more granular. In other words, to narrow my search to exactly what I want in a matter of seconds. I'm actually just going to scroll back up and find my television spots. And as before, bring up a video. As it's early in the morning, I figure everyone can enjoy a little bit of putty from Seinfeld. I'm sure you might have seen this on various commercials. Here we go again with putty, showing an ad that's no longer supposed to be broadcast.
That's the road up there. It's wet, slippery, sharp curves. Never know what's going to pop up in front of you. Go ahead.
Well, what about him?
Yeah, he's got StabiliTrak.
The 2000 Seville STS with enhanced StabiliTrak 2.0, one of the world's most advanced stability control systems.
Gonna let me go? Sorry, I was lost in the moment.
Seville STS.
So while we can enjoy putty, let me actually show you a little bit of some other functions which are more advanced, which are very useful. We've talked about the various searching, browsing, or using the quick search functionality, but actually let me show you something else which is really kind of neat. Instead of just going through the quick search, I can use a search that I've created maybe months ago or maybe somebody else created for me that's even more powerful. And that's what's called saved searches. And right now I'm just going to bring that up. So this is a search I created a while back, and it's going to be for the Vizon. And actually just make sure that it's selected here. Scrolled off the screen a little bit. And let me search for just Vizon Prescott photos. And this is a search that someone can create for me so that as a user, maybe I don't have enough rights to create my own searches or to browse certain places, but that somebody, an administrator, could create a search and force me to where they want me to go or assets that I should or shouldn't use. So this search, though, it's very powerful that it generates every time you run it. And that's important because the next thing I'll show you is what to do when you find your assets. So again, another way of searching, this way instead of always creating the same search that I do every morning, for example, all the assets that were loaded in the last 12 hours, here's all the assets currently that fit the Vizon Prescott photographs. And as before, if I double click on one, I can bring it up. I can look at the metadata. And as Tom brought up, I can actually check it in or out. I can delete the asset. I can send it somewhere else. I can export it. And that's what their in basket is for right there. once I find my assets, I can put them in my in basket and do something with them. I can actually make what's called a set. And I'm going to bring up my sets right now. Now, a set is different from a search in the fact that once I've found those assets, it's a snapshot. It's a quick picture of exactly what I found, and I can share that with other people as well. Just like searches could be created for me and I can use them, or I can give them to other people, I can actually find assets, put them into a set, and then share them with other folks and let them see it. And that's why I have this right here, my Cadillac Old and New set. And I created this actually for today. It took me only about 10 minutes. Let's bring that up. Lots of different assets, again, from brands to actually a press kit, as well as a PowerPoint file. This actually is the Cadillac DeVille 2001 brand plan. And that's why I wanted to show you a little bit more of those 300 file types. I don't care if it's a PowerPoint, if it's Excel, if it's Word, if it's a PDF, if it's a photograph, if it's an audio file. Teams handles all of that and allows you to search for it. And these 10 assets I brought up for everyone today actually run the gamut of Cadillac. As you saw some earlier image right now scrolled up. And actually, let me just bring that up. I think everyone can pretty much see this one. In fact, I'm going to magnify it for everyone to see. And this photograph has the first Cadillac ever made, the 1 millionth, and the 2 millionth Cadillac ever made. The first, 2 millionth, and the 1 millionth Cadillac ever made, which shows some of the depth of the system that you can find the newest to the oldest assets all through a couple mouse clicks. And that really shows the power of teams, how you can search, how you can hunt, how you can gather, how you can take assets and use them as you see fit. I'd like to turn it back over to Ryan and Kelly.